Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. With a great respect, devotion, and faith in the Chikozen, the Buddha Gautama, and his teaching Buddhism, and his followers Buddhists. I would like to welcome each and everyone who are present here, and especially to our venerable movement members. Let me take a moment to express something that's related with the Buddhism, and I would like to start it with a beautiful and meaningful quote. I quote, "All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees it with wisdom, one turns away from suffering." I am quoted by Buddha Gautama. So based on this meaningful quote, I choose the topic impermanence for this Dharma talk. I repeat, impermanence. And based on the topic, I will be speaking on 3 points. The first one is what means impermanence, and second one is how to practice impermanence, and the last one, third one is advantage of knowing impermanence. Okay, let's talk about the first point, what means impermanence. Since we have been given a human body, there is no way to live without eventually facing death. We do people assume that we will live for permanent. So this is the reason why we accumulate lots of wealth, such as money, cars, and buildings. As we assume that we will live for permanent or a long duration. So impermanent will be in front of us one day. A death will be there for our reception. People often think of death as something distant event or something that will happen to others, not us. But in reality, the line between life and death is thin as a single blink. It may happen to you tomorrow, maybe today, or maybe after a few seconds. In the moment of death, we will be surrounded by our offspring, parents, and many other relatives. But can anyone truly take away our suffering of death? Or can you share your pain with the loved one? Absolutely not. Neither the richest one can buy a permanent life, nor the poorest one can pay for it. Even the beautiful one cannot withstand for it. So the sorrow is yours to bear by yourself alone. For this reason, the wise man has said that it is wrong to think tomorrow will come sooner than the next life. Therefore, it's better to prepare for the next life rather than for tomorrow. Suppose you will live for 6 years and today is your birthday. Your friends, family, and memories, they might say that, happy birthday, my child, you are now 10 years old, or you are now 20 years old. But impermanent whispers, that day, you now have only 40 years left to be alive, or you now have only 50 years left to be alive. We use to celebrate such occasion, we enjoy a lot, but in another way. We are welcoming our beloved ones to the date with such cakes, candles, and bells. This is how we engage in many wrong activities, and yet we still appreciate them for what we have done. Have you ever witnessed the death of your parents or any other relative? When they are alive, they might have been worthy, beauty, powerful, or strong. But after their death, what value remains in their beauty, power, and wealth? Have you ever seen someone take their wealth with them after they die? Or have you ever heard anyone actually take through their power? That is impossible, right? Even the dead body is not lived in their own house by his own parent. The people who once loved you will be outplayed with your lifeless body. So can you imagine a situation more tragic than this? If not, why spend our entire life attached to our body? Or why waste time tending to something that will one day burn and turn to ashes or be thrown into the river? It is certain that we all will get dead one day, and if we could somehow know the exact time of our death, it might actually be a good thing, as we can prepare before the moment comes. But can we do it? Most of us live our life as if we could live for a long duration. We build families, overcome challenges, and strive for a joyful future, all based on the expectation of long life. But sometimes, in the middle of all this effort, something unexpected happens, which means death. And when it comes suddenly, we may live our life without having cultivated virtues or unmarried. So if we live our life with this situation, Have you ever thought about what your next life might be like? Or do you not believe in next life at all? Regardless of your belief, one should keep in mind that karma is not mine, it's real. If you don't believe in karma, I may not have concrete good evidence to prove you. But let me ask you a few questions. What caused the difference between suffering and happiness, between wealth and poverty, beauty and unattractiveness? Do people who suffer enjoy the suffering? Or did the poor people choose to live in poverty? Or did those who are unhappy choose to be unhappy? Or those not? And yet, they must live with this reality. This is what we call reality. This is the reality of karma. In a simple way, or in a short way, nothing lasts forever. Our life, our body, and beauty, wealth and power, even the whole world will be changed. This is what we call impermanence. And this is the conclusion of last point, what means impermanence. Okay, now let's move to the second point, how to practice impermanence. Without truly knowing the reality of impermanence, we will face a great difficulty at the moment. Even if we speak fluently about impermanence, the nature of mind, the nature of samsara, and many other teachings, attachment cannot be overcome without a genuine realization of impermanence. Therefore, strive to experience Buddhism from the depth of your heart, not merely with it, so that you may practice Buddhism or Dharma in a genuine and profound way. Therefore, based on the Buddhism teaching, I would like to share you 3 ways or 3 methods how to practice impermanence in our daily life. The first one is contemplating impermanence through our own body. The important thing is to really start a prayer of patience, to not dwell on the past or change the future. Instead, calm your mind and start your contemplation through your own body. Reflect on its changes, notice the difference between your childhood and today, how your body grows and transforms each day. And gradually, our face filled with wrinkles, fatigue and hunger arise, our skin ridges. These are all signs of impermanence. So by observing such transformation, we can experience the truth of impermanence through our own body. And the second way is mindfulness meditation on breathing. Mindfulness of breathing means paying close attention in each inhalation and exhalation. Observe how after breath begins, how it continues, and how long it lasts for. Notice that after each inhalation, an exhalation must follow, and without it, life cannot continue for even a few seconds. In this way, by observing the rhythm of our breath, we can experience the truth of impermanence and changes. And the last one, third one is self-awareness of thoughts and emotion. Whatever feeling arises in your mind, allow them to arise without resistance. When happiness appears, do not cling to it, knowing it will not last for you. And when suffering appears, face it with your patience. Do not let it lead your life into depression, knowing it will also pass. Our mind shifts through countless emotions and was in even a few seconds form and reveal the truth of impermanence. So by cultivating self-awareness and observing such constant changes, you can experience impermanence in a genuine and profound way. So these are all simple ways to practice impermanence, which we can take in our daily life. Okay, now let's move to the last point, advantage of knowing impermanence. This is the important point because we won't pay our attention or we won't pay our interest in practicing impermanence without knowing the advantage of it. Actually, there are many advantages by practicing and knowing impermanence, but I choose only 4 of them to speak here. The first one is reduce attachment. By reflecting on the nature of things, you will realize that all things are temporary and nothing lasts forever. Even our life is just a short moment of inhale and exhale. In this way, we can free ourselves from longing because our attachment arises from the mistaken belief in permanence. Actually, impermanence is not something which makes us suffer. What make us suffer is expecting things to be permanent when they are not. It is what we call attachment. So without avoiding this root, we will be serving in the circle of samsara. And practicing and knowing impermanence is a good method to avoid this attachment. The second one is reduce fear of loss and death. By contemplating on the nature of things, you will come to know the nature of samsara. In this way, fear of losing love will be reduced and death will no longer terrify you. As you already know that death follows birth and loss follows everything. Such things are nature of samsara. For this reason, a Buddhist philosopher once said that whoever realizes impermanence in a genuine way will be able to abandon or avoid attachment and not be afraid of death. Third one is overcome suffering and anxiety. Your suffering, stress, and unhappiness, they might arise, but they last only for a short period. When you know that these feelings are not permanent, they will no longer lead you to depression or distraction. In this way, you can cultivate your inner peace. The main teaching of Buddha Dharma, an important theme of Buddhism, and the main practice of Buddhism. The last advantage for fourth one is encourage living meaningfully in the present. The past is gone and future may not come. Therefore, you can focus on what you are doing right now and be mindful of how you are spending your present moment, whether they are leading your life to a meaningful or not. In this way, you can strive to make each moment meaningful, choosing actions that bring happiness, peaceful and true, successful in your life. Not only your life, but also for all the living beings. When your actions benefit yourself as well as others, your life gains deeper purpose and harmony with the world. This is what we call meaningful life and successful life. So here, I would like to end my program and would like to apologize to you all for asking for your forgiveness if I have spoken any error or mistake. And I would like to thank each and everyone for paying your attention, given I have nothing important to share with you. And lastly, may the merits of this Dharma talk become a root of enlightenment in all living beings. Thank you and Jai Shri Krishna.